Let's have some fun. We welcome back to the show Dr. Ben Carson, former HUD secretary, and we also welcome an important Trump surrogate, let me put that in, and my pal Ja'ron Smith, former Trump White House policy advisor. Gentlemen, it is good to see you. Ben Carson, first of all, great to see you again. Were you at the Detroit event? I think you were from some of the press clips. How good was it? What were the highlights? Give us a little narrative, sir.
Well, thanks, Larry. It's good to be with you, as always. Yes, I was there. Of course, Detroit is my hometown, so I spoke before the roundtable. And the level of enthusiasm was extremely high. People are anxious to hear what President Trump has to say because they've already seen what he did in the previous administration. And they were good things, and you don't have to think back a long time to make the comparison. And the other thing is the left is trying to make this election about a person and, you know, a convict and all this kind of stuff because they don't really have anything that they can run on. And Donald Trump is presenting things that everyday people feel. They feel it when they go to the gas station. They feel it when they go to the grocery store. They feel it when they open their mail and they see the utility bills. And it's having a dramatic impact, not just on black people, but on all people. You're going to see a migration toward him from all people. Anybody who's thinking and not allowing themselves is going to be moving in that direction.
Well, on that point, first of all, Ja'ron Smith, thank you for coming back on. It's good to see you, too. You know, I mean, to me, it looks like, and polls suggest, that the issues of gas prices and inflation in general, crime, border problems may be taking jobs away from blacks and other minorities native-born here at home. They're the same issues as they are for everybody else in the economy and around the country, Ja'ron. So it's just a question of getting there. And I was interested that the black minister in Detroit said that neither Mr. Obama nor Mr. Biden bothered to come around into the neighborhoods and talk directly to the black churches and to black community leaders. What you thinking on that?
Well, the truth is that black Americans aren't a monolith. And when you look at what the media is putting out there, mostly they're talking about more elite and Hollywood-type black Americans. But if you actually go to the actual cities like Atlanta, Detroit, Cleveland, New York, and you speak to people from the community, all of them know that their lives were different under President Trump. You had cheaper prices at the gas or energy costs. You had your money go a lot further than what it did, and you had less crime. And you also didn't have this influx of illegal immigrants competing for jobs. I've even talked to taxi drivers that said for the first time in his life under the Trump administration, he saw individuals working construction that were African American. And he hadn't seen that before. And it was due to African Americans having a real opportunity to compete for jobs that normally go to people coming from the southern border. And so it's a real difference. And people can compare and know what it feels like under a Biden administration versus a Trump administration. And most Americans are saying, I'm better off with Trump.
Gentlemen, just to hang on, here's Mr. Trump during this discussion talking about unemployment. Hang on for 1 second. Let's roll this tape.
But we achieved the lowest African-American unemployment rate and the lowest African-American poverty rate ever recorded during my 4 years. We lifted 6.6 million people out of poverty. Black Americans saw their largest increase in home ownership on record. There's never been anything like it.
And Ben Carson, before I come right back to you, sir, let me just play one more because I love this so much. Pure genius. Donald Trump's tax-free tipping for service workers and others. I mean, this one's a home run. Here he comes. Roll him, please.
As part of those tax cuts, I have announced that I will eliminate taxes on tips for restaurant workers and hospitality workers. So for restaurant workers, for hotel workers, for caddies, for car people, it's a lot, but anybody receiving tips, there's no more tax on tips, and I think that's going to be a great thing. You know, they earned it.
And one more, Ben Carson, you know, You and Ja'ron and others pioneered the opportunity zones, which has tax-free investment into these minority communities, presumably help black and other minority-owned business formation. I mean, that's another tax-free advantage, opportunity zones. Will Mr. Trump expand them, would you think, if he's given a second term?
Without question, he will expand them because he's about that very thing, opportunities. And he believes that a rising tide lifts all boats. So he doesn't go around and pick one demographic over another and say, now we're going to make this one disadvantaged and we're going to make you advantaged. He doesn't do that. And he was very supportive of all of the programs that lifted people out of poverty and brought self-sufficiency. The opportunity zones, he was particularly behind us, and we were able to get an enormous amount of investment from the private sector, get people working again. Those are the kinds of things that a president should do, not go around scaring people and using the Justice Department to inflict harm upon their political opponents. I think the American people are smart enough to see that in all the communities. And I think you're going to see a massive migration in that direction.
And, Ja'ron, I'm going to give you the last word. This idea from the black minister, and I'm quoting from some of the press reports, Biden he didn't come around to these kinds of community roundtables where you can air points of view on all sides of all the different issues. And Trump cares to come. Now, I don't know, it's got to count for something in this election, don't you think, Ja'ron Smith?
I mean, it's real. It's building trust in the communities that need it most. I wrote a book called Underserved that talks about Trump's ability to build trust in communities and collaborate with those communities to create real change and outcomes. And I think in a second Trump term, you're going to see more of that because he has the trust of these communities. He can go directly in those communities and not just create a top-down approach, but a bottom-up approach that helps each community throughout America.
All right. And the issues are really, they're the same issues. I mean, you can't segregate out the issues. They're the same issues. I think you both are making that point. Anyway, Dr. Ben Carson, thank you ever so much. Ja'ron Smith, thank you for coming.